Hey, what's up? Reyka here from Death Valley High. I am going to bring you, or I'm attempting to bring you, my top 2013. 2013 had a lot of good things happening. Quite a bit. I couldn't even fit it all in a top 10, so I've got honorable mentions as well, and there's even more than that. I couldn't even tell you how many good things. And apparently I like a lot of things, so without further ado, let's just get right into my top 2013 and go over that cat. First one is going to be top of my list, and this kind of broadsided me. I was very surprised about it. Pharmakon, Abandoned. This was an EP that was put out by an individual from New York. Took me by surprise, like I said. This is something that's not really for the squeamish. It is very much like a ride through a haunted house. It's just point A to point B, and we're going to take you on a bit of a journey through screaming and chills and whatever. So this, I couldn't get enough of 2013. Thank you, Pharmakon, for being there for me. Cheers. Want to go into, hey, there's another girl on the top of my list, Anna von Hauswolff. This was an entry kind of late. I found out about her coming through San Francisco, and I had no idea who this was, so I went through both of her albums. This one might pale a little bit to the first record, but that didn't come out in 2012, and The Ceremony is number 2. And go straight down to VAR. No One Dances Quite Like My Brothers. This is a good mix of actual music, actual songs and everything. So if you were like take these two things here and put them into like one's songs, one's noise, one's very cathartic. Actually, this is very cathartic. You wrapped it all into one. It's very 80s, very post-punk, mixing in that ambient kind of noise thing, which for me was something I always look for in whatever I listen to. So VAR, I think it's pronounced Vor, like war. But I don't know, maybe the band can reach out to me and say, fuck off. Here you go, from San Francisco, Deafheaven, with Sunbather. If anybody knows me, knows that I love black metal, and this is kind of one of those instances where something from San Francisco comes out with no corpse paint, making this really awesome, positive sounding black metal. Anyway, so there you go. You probably already heard it. They've been all over the place, and hopefully if they catch wind, maybe San Francisco can team up, you know, us, you guys, whatever. Anyhow, brings me on to another post-punk kind of band, a very doomy, Bad Powers, with their bad powers, with the bad selves. This was a joint effort by a San Francisco band called Family Curse, which are now in Seattle, and a New York band called Made Out of Babies. So the two of them got together, formed Bad Powers, which enters my top 10. And moving right along, No Joy. You can see I'm having problems with like trying to do this. They came up with two things this year: Wait to Pleasure and Pastel to Pass Out. So two things. That was kind of a nice little combo, nice little wrap up. But if you like shoegaze music, that's probably one of the best things I've heard in quite some time. You'll love it. Moving on. MIA, Matangi. Woo! This actually was a surprise as well. I happened to hear it. We happened to hear it on tour. We were in a club in LA. It was a rock and roll club, and this was the most incredible moment because everybody always plays like your standard rock and roll jukebox kind of stuff. But this particular time, they were playing MIA. They were playing the new record, and I was like, this must be the new record. Couldn't wait to listen to it. Had to listen to it on the road, and this is probably one of the best electronic things I've heard this year. I know that she probably borrowed a lot from a lot of other genres and everything, but she has her own style, and I enjoy it. She's a badass. Which brings us to the final two. First of which is going to be World's End, which is a film that came out in 2013 that I really have no words for. It was one of the best movies that I saw all year long. There were many good films, but this one really reached out to me. It had all of the things that I liked: comedy, horror, heart, and drinking. So anyhow, that was the final installment of the Blood and Ice Cream trilogy. Simon Pegg, you may know. Shaun of the Dead series. That brings me to the last one. Bayman. Bayman. Looks like Bayman. This is Batman Inc. This is a comic book written by Grant Morrison. This is an arc that he did, Volume 2. Volume 1 is very good too, but Volume 2 came out in 2013. This kind of wrapped up the demise of the latest Robin. Damian Wayne, which you may know, was Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul's son. And anyways, he met his demise in this, and this was an awesome read. Very Grant Morrison. Anyhow, that would be it. And here, we can just try to do this. This is the wrap up. Can you read that? Pharmakon, Top, Animal, Hauswolff, Vor, Deafheaven, Bad Powers, No Joy, MI, Beastmilk, World's End, and Batman Inc. So that just leaves me. You can probably stop at this thing right now. But I also have my honorable mentions, like I mentioned before. Or maybe I didn't. So, without further ado, we're going to do this way. And honorable mentions. Alright, so we're just going to go move right along pretty quickly here. My Bloody Valentine. MBV. That was an awesome, complete surprise that they were even going to put something out. I had no idea. So anyways, MBV. Skinny Puppy. Kind of figured that they were probably going to put something out, but anyways, always good. Very clean, very awesome effort. Future on the Left. How to Stop Your Brain in an Accident. Clever stuff, as always. Really stripped down, really awesome, very different. They're just always on point. Dillinger Skate Plan, I gotta say, it was one of my favorites that I've heard since the joint effort with Mike Patton. I know, hate me, whatever you want, but you know, I like that one a lot. So anyways, Retox, YPLL. This kind of ripped my face off during the time that Queens of Stone Age put out somewhat of a sleepy album, which I learned to like, but I'm not going to put them in my 2013. Sorry. 9 Inch Nails. I was very surprised, I was very pleased, very happy about that. Ministry, From Beer to Eternity. Another instance where, you know, you would just expect them to put something out that's good, but this was exceptionally good. Iceage. This has been kind of in that post-punk thing. You're Nothing. Post-punk thing mixing with hardcore and, you know, the doom side, a little bit more hardcore. Holograms, another instance. And if I were to do anything, I'd probably switch those two. And then what you're listening to right now is Gesaffelstein, with an album called Aleph. This is like one of my favorite electronic records thing that I've heard in a very, very long time. It's kind of like that whole Dust Brothers, Fight Club sound, kind of takes you everywhere in a single soundtrack. This is it. And moving right along, Bloody Beetroots, another electronic thing, kind of slipped out there. I had no idea. Prurient, I'm just gonna put them out there because I like to promote that kind of noise and kind of ambient weirdness that's not really songs. Medicine, this was awesome, very incredible record. Actually, I've been listening to a lot recently. Norma Jean, feel like you're hardcore with a lot of breaks and oddities. That album did not disappoint. All right, so this is a homage to my homies, Horseneck. The Worst People Ever. And Arm for Apocalypse, The Road Will End. Both of which are very excellent albums, and The Road Will End is like I had to put them at the end because of the end. But anyways, that's my top favorites of 2013. There were, like I said, there was a lot more. And last but not least, come see us in Oakland. See a little resemblance in that teacher right there. Either that or it's Javier Bardem. I don't know. But anyways, that was my top 2013. Have a great 2014, everybody. We're hoping to see you out on the road. I hope to see you at one of these shows. Clint Eastwood is actually going to be at that one. Cheers, everybody.